And now I want to introduce Ed Romo, who has been a civil rights and justice activist in Oklahoma City for as long as I have known him. He's the Vice President in LULAC for Civil Rights and Political Committee Affairs. Ed?
Thank you. Thank you for coming. If I cough profusely, forgive me. I'm suffering here. Tomorrow is Oklahoma's Groundhog Day. At the beginning of every legislative session, Oklahoma, the very same thing happens over and over again. The media will report again the same legislators with the same legislation that will get even tougher on the same Latino immigrants. Hopefully, today, we hope that then it will help Oklahoma break that cycle so that we may wake up to the real economic risks that may be ready to befall our state. These misguided legislators are pushing the same snake oil laws. They are copycat, Arizona-style anti-immigrant laws. These laws are designed to scapegoat hardworking immigrant people and target all Latinos for racial profiling who might be suspected of being in our state without papers. Their ultimate goal is to chase away our essential laborers who are hard to find to fill those hard to find jobs. Never mind that this practice is discriminatory and violates a person's protection from illegal searches and seizures, but at no time have these laws been exposed for the reckless anti-business and economic harm it will do to Oklahoma. The anti-Latino immigrant neurotic politics has put Oklahoma's economic well-being in serious jeopardy. Knowingly or unknowingly, we have been legislating against Oklahoma's economic interest. We reject Arizona-style and anti-Latino enforcement-only immigration legislation for the obvious lowest form of fear-mongering, political pandering that it is. In a time of economic downturn and state budget crisis, we haven't the resources or the right plan to help fix the broken immigration system. We are staunchly opposed to any harebrained ideas that further risk the health of our economy. The Oklahoma State Chamber of Commerce and an overwhelming number of local and national economists are on record against these laws. They know these laws will have a negative economic impact. Trying to build a world-class city and state to compete globally, it won't happen without Arizona-style sending the wrong messages creates a negative national and international trade and commerce image. It says, we like trading with you, but we just don't want you here. Latinos in Oklahoma are sick and tired of the lack of respect and the lack of appreciation shown for their contributions. Latinos don't want to boycott, they want to boycott. Latinos' consumerism and taxes can help our state get out of a $400 million budget hole. And according to the Immigration Policy Center, Latinos in Oklahoma have a purchasing power of well over $5 billion. Do the math. There's a lot of boycott right here, and we go. This is what Arizona has lost. They've listened to these anti-business fanatics. So the Center for American Progress reports the Arizona law, SB 1070, that Oklahoma legislators want to pass here. And the boycotts that have occurred because of that have devastated Arizona's economy. The numbers are staggering and incomprehensible to all who are in the business of promoting business. Over 300 million in lost economic output. Over 200 million in lost spending by convention attendees. Over $100 million in lost earnings and over $14 million in lost tax revenues, with over 4,000 jobs lost in Arizona. That's over $702 million because of this law. The Immigration Policy Center think tank completed their own research on the contribution of immigrants to our Sooner State. And get this, now, if Arizona-style laws succeed and all unauthorized immigrants were removed from Oklahoma, the state would lose over $580 million in economic activity, over $200 million in gross state product, and approximately about 5,000 jobs lost. Now that's $838 million lost to our state should this Arizona Plus style law comes into effect. By the year 2015, Latinos' purchasing power in America will be $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Dare we foolishly discount Latinos' economic impact like this? It is becoming clearer every day that the devastating effects of Arizona-style laws demonstrate just how detrimental this type of legislation is for business in Arizona and the rest of America. Simply stated, Arizona couldn't afford it, and neither can Oklahoma. Governor-elect Mary Fallon has said that she is comfortable with the intent and support of the intent of SB 1070. I trust she's not talking about supporting it here in Oklahoma, because we pray that she understands the cost and the consequences if she allows this law to pass in Oklahoma. We pray our new governor will not have serious second thoughts. Will have serious second thoughts not to risk a national boycott either. Also being proposed January the 5th, that's tomorrow, in Washington, D.C., as mentioned, anti-immigrant legislators blinded with disregard for our economic well-being are proposing denying citizenship to immigrant babies and immigrant children the opportunity to a public education. This is supposed to help our situation? I think not. Constitutional laws in the books now have stood the time of challenges protecting immigrant rights as persons and have been protected by the 14th Amendment for years. Anti-14th Amendment legislation and laws like this one that harm the rights of babies and children are sinful and too repulsive to even begin a conversation on how to reform immigration. It's a non-starter. And how will harming Latino babies and Latino children help our economy anyway? There is a better solution, though. LULAC has been promoting comprehensive immigration reform for some time, and it beats the pants off any anti-business, anti-Latino, anti-14th Amendment enforcement-only laws. We don't endorse or condone illegal immigration. We don't want amnesty. LULAC is against giving something for nothing for undocumented people. We want them to pay hefty fines, go back to the end of the line, learn English, get a criminal background check, and pay their taxes. And you know, this would just be the first step in order to be authorized just to qualify for resident status. And approximately around after 10 years probationary period and meeting all the above requirements, and only then can they ever apply for citizenship. Paying such a penalty, amnesty should never again be uttered. Immigrants with a legal resident status would assure us with their labor income, taxes, and consumerism. It stabilizes our economy, helps us invest in more growth, and allow newly authorized documented workers to fill hard-to-fill openings. We can't stabilize our economy if we're running off our delicately balanced labor workforce. LULAC, OKC, and COHRA will soon convene a meeting of local and national Latino and immigrant rights leaders to discuss what steps to take to counter the expected harmful effects of more anti-Latino immigration, anti-business laws to strike Oklahoma. One might expect multiple lawsuits from multiple groups, and this type of legislation is harmful. LULAC would be duty-bound to enjoin, if necessary, to protect the rights of Latinos and businesses. We do this to ensure that Latinos, minorities, people of color, and all other underrepresented Oklahomans are protected from hateful legislation that would surely ripple negatively into all facets of community life. Oklahomans deserve better than what copycat immigration restrictionist legislators propose. LULAC, OKC, and COHRA at this time have not committed to endorse a national boycott similar to that of Unite Arizona. We pray that cooler heads will prevail for the sake of our state's economy and social stability. Nevertheless, an Oklahoma boycott is seriously being discussed by other groups. We are not at liberty to say who those groups are or discuss any further details of the state boycott at this time. Before one believes the legislative hysterics being proposed and we all jump on the bandwagon to punish children and infants and fatally harm our businesses, we should all pause and consider the cost Arizona-style laws have brought. We pray that a leader will emerge in our state's capital who seeks pragmatic and rational solutions before it's too late. We hope we choose boycott Oklahoma instead of boycott. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.